point.
He does. And Skip, he said we sold out for 5 years and we got 3 Super Bowls and a 4th Super Bowl appearance. I know teams that'll sell out 5 years to get 1 Super Bowl appearance or 1 Super Bowl title, let alone 3 and 4 appearances. Skip, and that's what, but Coach Belichick, you're in charge of this now. So when you release Tom Brady and you've given him a signing bonus, you have to understand that money's going to get accelerated in the dead cap space. You look at Stephen Gostkowski, Skip. He had years left on his contract. They released him. They also released Antonio Brown. They had a league high, what, 8, 10 opt-outs? That's, Skip, that's money.
8.
They had 8 opt-outs, Skip.
But only 3 really mattered. They're the starters.
Yeah. And so that's, Hightower was what, $10, $11 million? Chung is money. All that money is going against your cap, even though they're not playing. You got $26 million in dead cap with 3 guys that's no longer on your roster. 2 of those guys are in Tampa now. Gostkowski is in Tennessee. So, Skip, look, we all understand that. Normally what happens is teams like to go for it, especially if they have a rookie quarterback, kind of like what Kansas City did. But that balloon payment, we talk about this, Skip, the housing market, that balloon payment is going to come due. We saw the Rams go for it, Skip, and they ended up having to release Todd Gurley. They released Aqib Talib. They traded Brandon Cooks. Well, they traded Talib to Tampa. They ended up releasing Todd Gurley. Those are sacrifices, but those are good sacrifices. Skip, it's hard for me to believe there isn't 31 other teams that would have done exactly what Coach Belichick. If somebody said, you know what, you're going to win 3 Super Bowls in a 5-year span, but the next couple of years is going to be real lean for you guys. Skip, who turns that down? Jerry Jones will go another decade, Skip, and win 5 games per decade if you give him 1 Super Bowl. If you give Jerry Jones 1 Super Bowl in the next 5 years, he'll say, I'm good. No, you can take me now. Coach Belichick is right. That's not an excuse. He thought they were going to be better defensively, and he says, you know what? We're going to play lights-out defense, and we're going to run the football, and we're going to get away with it. But, Skip, the talent level is not what it was after all these defections, after a lot of these guys left via free agency. So, but Coach Belichick, man, hey, I know a lot of coaches, a lot of teams would trade places with you right now to be 2 and 5, coming off 3 Super Bowls in a 5-year span.
I'll buy that.
Let your Cowboys do that.
Here's what really happened. It's not like Bill Belichick went into the free agent market and threw a bunch of money around 5 years ago and then the balloon payment came due, because he didn't. He did it one time for Stephon Gilmore, and he paid him top dollar for his position, and all he did last year was win Defensive Player of the Year. So that's the one big hit. There are a whole lot of misses. Sanu was such a big miss. He gave a 2nd-round pick for Sanu last year at the trade deadline about 1 year ago, which is today, obviously. And Sanu...
I first guessed that one, Skip. I told you.
You did, but he had piano on back, then he hurt his ankle, and he couldn't
run anymore.
He just couldn't run. And he had off-season ankle surgery, and he still doesn't appear to be able to run. But God bless him. But the point is, if you look hard at what just happened, Bill Belichick, as a team builder, slowly but surely got exposed. And all of his swings and misses as a team builder, in the draft, some in free agency, some via trade, they all came due, but he had Tom Brady to cancel a lot of his swings and misses. Right?
Yes.
So the point is that Mike Sando did another good piece. They're all anonymous quotes, but a lot of executives are saying, I saw what Bill said, and I thought, why is that out there? Bill would never put anything like that out there, and suddenly it's out there. Something is really weird. What's weird is they're 2 and 5. He doesn't make excuses, but he just made an excuse. But he said it's not an excuse, it's a fact. Okay, I get it. You're strapped against the cap. But another executive said to Mike Sando in The Athletic, it seemed very un-Belichickian to say what he said, because you are the coach and the GM. You have made all these decisions. Unless there's a veiled message, meaning, is he trying to blame somebody else in the front office?
He can't.
He can't, because I'm pretty sure he buys all the groceries, right?
All the stamps that's on the postage, Coach Belichick has to sign off on it. Skip, and here's the thing. You mentioned this, Tom Brady. All the misses that he had, Tom can make up for, because even when they weren't that good defensively, Tom Brady didn't put him in harm's way by turning the football over. See, now they've slacked off a little defensively, and what is Cam doing? Cam's turning the ball over. He's fumbling it, he's throwing interceptions, and he's not getting the ball in the end zone.
Yep.
So even if you struggle a little bit defensively, if your guy doesn't turn it over, Tom says, you know what? Just keep us in the ball game, and I'll give it. There's a reason why he got 60, Skip, come from behind victories. That doesn't mean that means that there are a lot of times they were behind, and he brought them back.
Okay, and there were a lot of games like last night's when he's throwing to somebody named Jaden Mickens.
Right.
Except in the past, it's been Amendola and Edelman and Hogan, and you can go on and on. One of the anonymous GMs here in Sando's piece asked, tell me the last Pro Bowl player they drafted in what year? And Sando answers, it was linebacker Jamie Collins, selected in 2013. That was the last Patriots draft choice to earn a Pro Bowl nod. 2013? That's just wrong. It's hard to overcome that.
The thing, what helped him, and people like, oh, Belichick's a genius, is because he hit the farthest grand slam in history with Tom Brady, and then he hit another grand slam with Gronk.
He did.
Is that
as a second round pick. Yeah.
And Skip, we forget everything else that he's done. He's had more, way 1,000 times more misses than he's had hits. But because those hits have been so great, Skip, you got to realize the guy got 9 Super Bowl appearances with one guy. It doesn't, Skip, he can go over. Every guy that he has, he doesn't have to have another Pro Bowler. He doesn't have to have another All-Pro. He doesn't have to have a guy do anything. He drafted Tom Brady and he drafted Gronk. 2 guys on the All-Century team. All is forgiven because he has 6 Super Bowl wins and those 2 guys. Skip, this great team builder, what? He's been taking everybody else's misses and making something out of. That's what he's done mostly, Skip.
Yep, I agree. I will give you this. He is an all-time great defensive football coach.
Yes.
You can argue he's the greatest defensive football coach. It's just a coordinator of his defense because he was always the mastermind behind it. He also enjoys just finding cogs for his system. Not star players. These are players who do what he needs to get done. What does he always say? Just do your job. I'm going to tell you what your job is, and if I get 11 guys doing their job, we're going to be pretty good.
That elevates him, Skip, because when you coach LT, you're not getting any credit.
Nope.
Hell, I could have coached LT. He's arguably he's the greatest defensive player to ever live, and you can make a case he's the greatest NFL player. You don't get any credit for that. But if you take this piece over there that's been cut 2 times by 2 different teams, and you take this guy that was drafted in the 7th round, and you take this undrafted free agent, and somehow you get them to play together, and you win a Super Bowl, who getting all that credit, Skip? I give Tom Brady this. Tom Brady is a chef on chop. He'll take a lot of different ingredients that ain't got no business being together, and he'll make that meal palatable. A lot of these guys, Skip, look, if you're in the NFL, obviously you can play. But Tom Brady gets them to play at a little better level than probably they would have had they not have Tom Brady. I know what it's like to play with a great quarterback and then play with a guy that's not so great. It's a world of difference. You don't think about it, Skip? I didn't realize it until I wasn't playing with John Elway. It's the little things. The way he puts the ball in your hands, give you an opportunity to run. He puts the ball right between the 8 and the floor. He's telling me, Shannon, there's problems on both sides. Get up in your shadow.
How about the confidence when you just break the huddle with John Elway?
Man, when I went on the field, oh, we going to win this today.
That's what I'm saying.
you leave the locker room, well, we got this.
You got 7. They don't have 7.
They don't got him.
Okay.
We get down 10 points. We get down 14. Okay, we good.
How many times in New England did a bunch of average football players run onto the turf thinking, we got 12?
Exactly.
You don't have 12. We're going to pull this off.
It's the same. And that's what great ones do, Skip. You look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, early in his career, Skip, they won the game. They're like, man, they got Jordan. We can't beat them. They got Magic. We can't beat them. They got Bird. When you have a historically transcendent great player, it gives everybody else confidence. Skip, think about it. What they say, everybody in the East. Man, they got Braun. We can't beat them. You got the guy they traded from Toronto, DeMar DeRozan. He said it's hard to get past.
Don't bring his name up on the show. I can't take it.
DeMar DeRozan said it's hard to get past that mofo. He said, y'all think it's easy, but y'all see what he did when he came to the West? He said it's not easy. Come on, Skip. Look at those guys. Matthew Dellavedova ain't got no business going to the NBA Finals unless it's as a correspondent for Australian television. He in the finals game as a starting point guard.
But he made in game 2, it was that they won.
He made the putback. He made the putback and won.
He made 2 or 3 big little plays. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a smart, crafty.
I don't believe
battler.
as good as Edelman turned out to be. I don't believe he'd have been that had he not played with Tom Brady.
I agree.
I don't believe Amendola would have turned out to be what he was had he not played with Tom Brady.
Yep.
Really, when you really look at it, Gronk was going to be great, but would Gronk have been as great? I don't know. Randy was the only one that was made before he got to Tom. Skip.
Yep.
Everybody knew what Randy was. He just lost interest in Oakland. And then once he got with Tom, somebody that was passionate about it was like, bro, I need you. We need each other. Caught fire.
CAB.
Yes.
About to happen.
Yes.
Again. Final thought on Belichick. Now ESPN is reporting that Stephon Gilmore is available at the trade deadline for a first-rounder and a player, like a good player.
Right.
So I don't know if anybody would bite on that.
Yeah, you saw this coming. When they redid it, when they gave a little extra money this year, you know what that means, Skip. Oh, he asked him. See, what happened was, behind the scenes, his agent went and asked for some more money. Coach Belichick don't like that.
Yep.
Just like last year, Skip, I don't care
well,
what anybody...
he was the defensive player of the year.
Tom Yee, I think that's Tom's agent. They asked for Bill for some more money. Bill said, "This is what I'm gonna do." Now that's what my grandma said. Boy, I'm gonna give you this little piece of money. And I get on out my room. They gave Tom Brady $8 million onto his contract. Coach Belichick said, "Now get on out my office." You know, it's just a matter of time. Skip, he's like, the way Coach Belichick operates, Skip. I done gave you the contract. I gave you the money. Now don't come back in here. And Stephon Gilmore, once I saw they did that, I was telling Todd, I think I was talking to me and Dion was talking. I said, why Stephon Gilmore gonna be gone?
Well, you could be right. Does that mean they are completely tanking or rebuilding or whatever you want to call it?
He said the kind of money, Skip, Stephon's what, about 30, 31? Might be 30.
Yeah, I believe he's
He
30.
said the kind of money that I'm gonna have to pay and that kind of production, he said, nah, I might as well go ahead and try to get something for it, let somebody else deal with it.
It sounds like they might be angling toward drafting a high quarterback, high-pick quarterback.
They try to get a quarterback, Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence.
Sounds like it to me.
Oh, that ain't Coach Belichick. I don't know how you stomach that. When you win as much as they won, and then all of a sudden say, you know what, hey, that